So hi, welcome, Tenacious Earl here. Beautiful night for baseball, and we've got sort of a switch up here in projects. So we'll start right off with talking about this for a little bit. So we've been playing we had two other projects that we've kind of set aside for the moment. One was a History Maker baseball league that was 10 teams. A couple things kind of discouraged me about that. Not too big of a deal, but just a little bit. Then you had the Phillies 2008 replay, which has been going pretty well lately. But I kind of felt like there was a sort of a line that sort of a nice stopping point right here. I got to turn on my fan. It's kind of warm in here. So, felt like there was a line at the end of that series. It was sort of the end of a homestand, and so I figured it would be time to move back to this, which is the Tenacious Baseball League version 2.0. So, just an update for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, or not an update, but maybe a refresher. Or it wouldn't even be a refresher, just a primer on what the Tenacious format is, or whatever you want to call it. Something that probably other people have done, but I guess I decided to call it a Tenacious format just because I'm kind of goofy like that. But it was based out of the fact that it's 10 teams, and so I was trying to find a word that made sense, and that one just sort of stuck, and I guess it stuck to me a bit as well. So for better or for worse, or for accurate or not. So these 10 teams, what I did is I went to random.org, entered in, actually I think now they actually have all of the like if you want to do a randomizer of Major League Baseball teams, you can just go there. You could type into Google random baseball teams, and it would take you there, and you could do the search there, or the randomization. And I did it a number of times. It might have been 10, I forget. But came up with 10 teams, and the first time I did that, I had decided to do a DH league, and took 10 teams. I believe there were 5 each, 5 AL, 5 NL, and it turned out pretty well. 54 games. We set it up like a soccer table, if you're familiar with that. Association football, let's call it that. Especially if you're talking overseas, what you have is a single table. Everybody plays each other in 2 games, 1 home, 1 away in association football. And so in this, everybody plays each other 1 series at home, 1 series away. 3 games per series. And that gives 54 games for each team, based on 9 opponents times 6 games. So, and that's what we did, and I felt like it was really a lot of fun. You can have the nice thing about the randomization is you tend to have a variety of teams. You have some really good teams, you have some not so great teams, and so I redid it here with this one. And the first one was an advanced system. This time I'm doing super advanced, so it adds a little bit of time, a little bit of sophistication. I've had my growing pains with it, but I think it's coming through, coming along. This is pitchers are going to hit only. So basically an NL style league. I decided to change it up and do that just out of fairness. And in the future I may do something, maybe I'll do like a merge of the 2 ways, if I do any more, which I probably will. But so that's where it stands as far as what this is about. So I guess I should say right now we are in, so we started on May 1, 2016 in this virtual calendar. We're now May 11th. The Mets and the Tigers have played 9 games so far. The rest have only played 8, so we're in May 11th, and it's going to be a 4-game day. And I'm going to turn this up here so I can show you some things on my Kindle. Once I make sure that my phone is not going to fall. So I'm going to unplug this. So these are the standings. Currently, the Mets lead 6-3 record. Let me see if I can blow this up a little more. Toronto, who we're going to see here in this game, they're hosting the Yankees, 5-3, as well as the Pirates and the Athletics. Surprisingly, they've had a good start. Chat is messing up with this. Okay. That's unfortunate. I do see your chat messages now, but I guess maybe YouTube's having some technical difficulties, I'm guessing. But I just saw a couple chat messages there. So from there, you've got a bunch of 3 teams, 4-4: New York Yankees, Miami Marlins, Baltimore Orioles. You got San Diego and the Angels at 3-5, and Detroit 2-7. They are at the bottom. And just real quick, it's going to take a second, but let me see if I open this back up. Will it bring up? No. We'll do this. Come on, let me spread it out here. There we go. So this is using a different program. Boy, this Kindle is lagging like it's nobody's business. Using the other program I had used to stream, I was able to actually put this and embed it, but I can't do that at the moment. So these are the games for, and I forgot to change this, it's May 11th. So, phooey me. Now I see a bunch of people coming in and out. It tells me how many people are in the room. I'm guessing there's a lot of refreshing and in and out, trying to see if this chat mechanism works. I understand. I'm just going to keep going and try to get through this game. So the Yankees will have Nathan Eovaldi, 0-0, 4.50 ERA against Marco Estrada for the Blue Jays, who went 1-0 in his first start, due to his first start. And now, again, what we have, because we're using the... Here, give me a moment. I'm going to bring up YouTube and see what I am seeing here. Or see if I can see what you guys are seeing. How about that? Does that sound stupid or what? See if I can see what we can see. Okay, there I see a couple chat messages. Let me see if I can do test. Ooh, just knocked it down. Okay, there's that. Test. Unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. Okay. Yeah, it looks like things are a little wonky with that. I guess that's YouTube's problem. All right, so I'm going to play the game, and if you're hanging out, that's awesome. Appreciate that. Hopefully this is an entertaining game. Couple of notes. So again, we are using things like injuries. So injuries are real. I mean, not real. They are like live. So if there's an injury on a card, we're rolling for it. I use rest rolls. So that's what these numbers are up here. There's a tutorial, I believe, somewhere on my page about how to run. I mean, I've done it in other videos, but I'll just kind of go quickly and mention who's in and out. For the Yankees, the rest roll was 5, which meant it was the second baseman and the right fielder. So the previous game's second baseman was Starlin Castro. He is over 600 plate appearances, so he does not have to rest. Right fielder Carlos Beltran is almost to 600, and so that role, he would have needed a 1 to rest on the D20, and it was like 18 or something, so he does not have to rest. So what we are doing, Ben Gamel started, Gamel, I think it's Gamel. He started last game, and I'm trying to manage his, because he only had 10 plate appearances in 2016, so I'm really trying to hold it close to where they were in real life. So Aaron Hicks is going to get the start and left this game, and I switched it up because the Yankees have lost the last 2 against the Blue Jays, so I've changed the order a little bit. Ellsbury had been leading off. It's going to be Hicks leading off this time and playing in left. Jacoby Ellsbury in center, Carlos Beltran in right, Didi Gregorius short, Starlin Castro second base, Chase Headley at third, Mark Teixeira first base, Brian McCann catching. Now, this is a day game after a night game, and so if Austin Romine wasn't hurt, I would have used him catching instead of Brian McCann, because that's usually most, unless you've got a real workhorse catcher, you see managers tend to give their main catcher the day off, or the catcher that had the night before a day off in that day game. But because we're going with one catcher right now, I think Romine is out. Actually, I can tell you because my list is here. Romine is out this game and next, and then he'll be active. So, and as soon as he's active, he will start a game. So, all right. And so McCann and then Evaldi will be pitching and batting ninth. And we need to do, so they probably have, we'll have to see if they have the roof open here. So we got the 2016 weather effects. And so it is May. And as you can see, if it were night, they would have the roof closed, and it's just it's all average conditions. But if it's a good day, they're going to have the roof open here at Rogers Center. And so 1 to 9, and it's a 1, so they will have the roof open. And so it'll be a good day, which means singles are 9s for both sides, and home runs are 12s for both sides of the plate for the ballparks. And here we go. Yeah, I mean, we're 12 minutes in. I've caught flack before for that, so I probably will again, but it's the way it goes. And so let's see how this goes. Aaron Hicks against Marco Estrada. As I said, Estrada, let me see. I'm going to get some info up here for everybody. Once my Kindle decides to start working. Okay. So Estrada, as I said, 1-0. He went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, so it hit an inning. 5 strikeouts, 5 walks in that game, but he did get the victory. I guess his team must have scored plenty of runs in that one. Although he didn't give up any earned runs, so maybe not. Facing the Yankees, and I'm going to get the Yankees batters in front of me. And so Aaron Hicks batting .250 at the moment. On-base percentage at .357. So he has 1 home run and 2 RBIs. So here we go against Estrada. First pitch of the game. Here we go. And he pitches to the lefty, and Hicks shows some patience and draws a walk. And I gotta see what. Yeah, I was doing this. All right, so actually, I forgot I don't put the W there for the walk. Sometimes I adjust the way that I do things here and there. But so Hicks, let's see, Estrada a +1 hold, Josh Tolley behind the plate a +2, so +3. It's going to give the Yankees plenty of license to try and steal. But Hicks, not a real fast guy. They're going to have to hold him on, though. Actually, I may start just holding everybody on, aside from the late innings, because I feel like the current way that they do things makes it more equitable to where if you hold everybody on, it's not that big of a deal. It does kind of discourage a lot of stealing, which, in any event, yeah, so if they hold him on, if he gets a 6 or a 7, it's a 1 to 14 chance. I'm just going to go ahead and let Ellsbury hit, because he doesn't hit into that many double play balls. That 2-7 is one, though, so. But it's a 2-3. And that's going to be a fly ball to right that That's going to be, I'm trying to remember, that's Ryan Goins over there, and he's going to make the play, and the runner will have to retreat, 1 down. So, just to forewarn you, the Blue Jays have a little bit of a different lineup here, so I'll explain later, but just to tell you that Ryan Goins is right will tell you something. We're going to try to get Hicks a lead here now. 6 or 7 will do it. And it's a 7, so he does. Makes him 1-13 or 1-14 because it's +3. Or no, it's 1-12 because no, I was right. +3, 1-16, then -2 for being held, 1-14. So he's going to go, and he makes it. Hicks takes second. Is going to give Beltran a chance to possibly score him. And a 3-9. And Beltran strikes out. Estrada comes back strong. And with 2 outs, Didi Gregorius. Gregorius batting .250. Only 1 home run thus far, but he's liable to get one here, potentially. We'll see. 6-7 against a left-hander. Draws a walk and pitches around him, so not a surprise with the lefty up. Bring up Starlin Castro. Castro. Hi, S. Pizer. I don't know if I forget. I think your name's Spicer. You've been messaging me. The chat messages have been a little wonky, so let me see. Does that show up? Didn't show up, but anyway, so Castro, 1 home run, 5 RBIs, .258 average. So with 2 on and 2 out, and a 1 on the D20, Spicer. Okay, there. So Yankees fans won't want to see that 1 because the 3 is a 3-3 is a single ballpark single chance, but the 1 means we check for a wild pitch on Estrada, 1-6. Not a wild pitch, so we re-roll everything. Castro, 2 outs. And a 4-6 against a right-hander. A 1-13 would be a double. This would be better than that ballpark single chance if he can get it. And it's right on the money, 13. That is going to be a double for Castro. It's going to go all the way to the wall, in easily. Hicks, 1 run across. Gregorius, he's got some speed on him. And they're going to send him with, let's see, that's to center. Center fielder Bautista today. Yes, that's right, Bautista. He's a 0 arm. So with 2 outs, Gregorius gets a two head start, and they're not holding him on. They don't hold on a guy at first when there's a guy at second, that's for sure. So, and they're not going to hold anybody at second with 2 outs. But in any regard, makes him 1-17 and a 0 arm. They're going to throw home. I got to remind myself if the base advance. I'm pretty sure that they still advance to third on that. Page 17 is one here. Let me take a look here. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I guess that runner would, in theory, go to third. And if we throw home, I think what we're going to do is they're going to send the runner, and they're going to throw home. They'll let Castro advance to third. So 1-17, he is caught at home. Or no, 1-17, he's safe at home. 18, 19, or 20, he is caught. And he is safe. So 2 RBI for Castro. Fielder's choice, advanced to third. Probably should have thrown cut it off and tried to get Castro at third. So Chase Headley, 2-0 Yankees, 2 outs, runner at third. And that's a 5-3. He's batting from the left. Fly ball to left field. That's going to be Jimmy Paredes, 5-E6. And a 7. That's going to be another run scoring. I'm almost guaranteeing you here. That's a double. So the Evil Empire that's going to be a double. And then let's see. Paredes, E6 and a 14. And an E2. So a double 2 and an E2. Batted to third. So a double and a 1 base advance on the air. So that's going to bring up Teixeira. 3 runs across. Hi, Al. I guess they must have sorted out their chat problems. 2-7. And that's a ground ball to short. And Tulowitzki will throw to first. That'll be it for the first. So just to let everybody know before we move on, in this, I got to remember to do it, but I use these as at bats in the columns, not innings. So we're going to keep going here just because I'm trying to, but there's 3 runs across for the Yankees. And so here, I'm going to zoom this in. This is what, so as I said, we do rest rolls, and so there's a sort of a culmination of a couple things for the Blue Jays right now. They have Kevin Pillar injured, Michael Saunders injured, and the rest roll came up as a 1, which means center fielder and third base. Well, Josh Donaldson's a no-brainer. He's got more than 600, but center fielder last game was Ezekiel Carrera, and he is under the limit. So he had to rest this game. So what we're doing is, in my decision, I didn't have many options to go with. I decided to take Goins and put him in right, high Phanomatic. Goins is rated for right. Now, Bautista's not rated for center, but what you do is you have a chart on the back of your manual, and so you can do an outfield adjustment if you're in a pinch, and I would say the Blue Jays are in a pinch. I mean, they definitely have guys that are available, but they weren't available at this part of the season, and so I just wasn't real comfortable doing it. So I just decided, so Bautista's a 4, well, you add 1, so he's going to be a 5 in center. That's not great, but he's also the lowest E rating. I figured that was probably better to get him in center because you're more likely to get center field X rolls. So it'd be Travis at second, Donaldson at third, Bautista in center, Encarnacion at first, Tulowitzki short. Jimmy Paredes will play in left. He came up for Saunders going down injured. Josh Tolley, again, it's a day game after a night game. And Estrada, going to put the pitcher in the 8 hole and decide to use Goins at 9. So, and Hi Tyler, I think yeah, this has been happening. There's a little bit of stupidity in YouTube's stuff for whatever reason, so I don't know what that's about. But I've had a number of people say, including my own chat window, say that I was unable to chat. So chat at your own discretion, I guess that's how you would put it. So Evaldi, no record, 4.50 ERA, 6 innings pitched. Man, so many pitchers in this list for the Yankees, it's tough to tell. 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. So Toronto are going to lead off with Travis. Oh, you have to refresh. All right, so you have to refresh. So Evaldi on the mound. It's going to be Devin Travis leading off. Toronto might need a run, a run fest here in order to win this game. So against a righty, 6-3, fly ball to right. So a tough play for Beltran. He is a 5-E3, but they get a He gets a 16, which might help him get to that one. And it does, just barely. He's able to get to it. And the 10, he's going to grab it for the out. So, 1 out. Josh Donaldson. So, Travis had been he's only had 6 at-bats and no average thus far. Donaldson, 310 average, 3 home runs, 4 RBIs. And if I didn't say it, hi Utah Mike and hi Al. So against a righty, 5-6, and that's a fly ball to center. Ellsbury grabs it for the second out. Jose Bautista playing center today. Bautista, 250 average, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs. Hi Manny, welcome. Against a right-hander, 412. That's a ground ball to first. Teixeira, 2E5. And he's going to make the play, so that's it. I don't even have to look at it because there's no way that he's missing that one. All right. 3-0. Top of the second. Estrada with a rough go of it here just because for a couple of reasons. One, an error on his left fielder and a lack of range in his left fielder. Now, Pilar comes back. This is Pilar's last game out, so they aren't going to have to go with this too long, and they'll be able to use Carrera in left, which will be a vast upgrade over Paredes, and they'll be able to move Bautista, unless there's other injuries. Hi, Beatles. So, McCann up. 3 runs across already for the Yankees. 3-0 top of the second. 2-8. That's a ground ball back to Estrada. Estrada, he can field the position himself now. You had a catcher in a catch. You have to, yeah, you have to refresh. Catcher's interference. Where'd you get that from? Was that from the rare play chart or something? I've never seen that. So, Evaldi at the plate, 1 out, and another 2-8, strikes him out. And with 2 outs, Aaron Hicks, he walked in his first at-bat. Switch hitter, so left side, 5-4. Fly ball to center. Oh, the 5 in center, 5E4. They need a high number. It's a 14. Is it high enough? I don't think it is. That's going to be a single. It's going to fall in. And then the E4 and a 12. No error, but a double, or a single for Hicks, sorry. I'm getting confused. He's going to try to get another lead here. He needs a 6 or a 7. But totally behind the plate. And we are, if you've seen, so that's a 4. He's not going to get the lead. If you recall, you had Miguel Montero last night and this morning, that saga. That was pretty interesting. So Ellsbury with Hicks at first. He can't steal. Well, he could try to steal. But they are holding him on. It would be a, what was he? He's a 5. So he would be a, it would be a 1-4 chance. I think you're better off just seeing if Ellsbury can string 2 hits together. Against the lefty, 5-6, strikes him out. End of the inning. At least for the Yankees. No runs, 1 hit. They leave him stranded. Okay. So, for the Blue Jays, bottom of the second, we Edwin Encarnacion. 394 average, 4 home runs, 7 RBI. They need him to put together some stuff here today. 5-11 against a righty. Ballpark home run. He gets a good piece of it. Is it gone? Oh, the catcher X rare play. Oh, nice. 1-12. And it is, let's see, we got to go to Clem's Baseball here and go to the, I got to look it up every time because I don't know. So Rogers Center, there you are, you pesky devil. You pesky devil, you. The vitals, so everything, so that's everything is in play. It was 1-12. And so, it's a robbing chance for, let's see, I guess the left fielder because it's the last number in the home run range. So left fielder is Hicks. He's a 2. So 1-7 will be a home run. 8-20 a fly out. And it's going to be a fly out. It's caught, jumped, and he catches it. And that's unfortunate for the Blue Jays. Is it an at-bat? No, it's not an at-bat. No, definitely not. Definitely not an at-bat. If you look on many score sheets, do I have one here? That one isn't. Let me check this other one. If it isn't, then I'm not going to waste a lot of time. Well, see, Manny, there are a number of different scorebooks and stuff that will have a proof of what's called the proof of the box score. Yeah, and so there are certain things that have to add up, and so basically, putouts. So let's say you play a 9-inning game, it's going to be 27 putouts, plus your runs, plus the number of guys left on base have to equal your number of plate appearances, which are at bats, walks, hit by pitch, catcher's interference is one of them, and there might be one. Is there one other one? Sacrifices. So there you go. Learn something new every day. Tulowitzki, 1 out. Catcher's interference. No, that's okay. Against a righty. Again, it's something that seems like it's relatively benign, but you know, it's an important question. So shortstop is Didi Gregorius, 1E16. If he doesn't get this, I will eat my hat. Well, with the E16 and a 16 on the D6s here, I might be getting some. Might be getting my baseball cap here. So what is he? E16 and a 16. Oh, good. I really did not want to have to eat that sucker. 2 outs, Jimmy Paredes. I think this is his first at bat, so bonus. Against a lefty, 5-12, ground ball to first, Teixeira, 2E5, correct? Yes. 2E5, and let me just check the oh, it's a rare play. There you go, but I'm guessing with nobody on, it's not going to mean anything. But so we go to the rare play for G1, and it's if there's a runner at first, so it's going to be 3-1 again. Hi, Statistician. The guy who sent me these nice envelopes that I'm really stuffing to the gills with cards. All sorts of extra players that weren't included in the Stratomatic pack, but you know, like for instance, Matt Dominguez right here. He's on the bench tonight. He may come in as a pinch hitter depending on how far and how deep it needs to go. So it's 3-0 Yankees. The only chance for the Blue Jays so far was a home run that was a ballpark home run that was caught at the wall. So Beltran struck out his first time up, and he's going to potentially have one fall in front of the right fielder. It is 9s, but a 19 will mean that it is a line out. Jumping to get that will be Devin Travis for the first out. Didi Gregorius. He walked and scored in his first at bat. 212. He's going to get a single. 3-run lead. They will. Well, they're going to be holding Gregorius. They're going to try to hit and run here. So B hit and run. And it's a 1 on the D20. So the wild pitch again, 1-6. It's a 12. So we re-roll. Again, it's I was doing the hit and run, so it goes off the pitcher's card. Ground ball to pitcher X. Estrada 3E0. 3 and an 8. Blue Jays are having some. Well, that should get. I think that should get them out of the inning at least. What did I say? 3 and an 8. Yeah, I understand. Write your congressman. Oh wait, that's a G3. See, that's the thing about this is that sometimes I can't always see the line that I draw. That's the first. That's here. So got to do another. So it's a G3, and the G3 is that everybody advances. Yes, it is. So he's just gonna have to go to first, and Gregorius moves up. And Chase Headley, with 2 outs, he doubled as Paredes couldn't get to it. And a 3-3, he's hit by a pitch. So Mark Teixeira coming up with a chance to maybe rake some ribbies in here, and I just lost the D20. So 6-6 against a lefty. 1-2 would be a triple. That's a 5, so fly ball to center will end it. All right, so bottom of the third. This game is going a little on the slow side right now, partly because I did an introduction to this, and so Tolley, 7, 8, 9 hitters here. And against the lefty, 4-12. Another first base X. A lot of chances to the first baseman Teixeira here so far. And, wow. 15 on his E5. Let's see if that hits the buzzer here. E5 and 15. Nope. Underhands it with accuracy to Evaldi. So the pitcher's up now. Putting Estrada in the 8 hole. I don't know if that's going to be a big problem or not. 6-8, he's batting from the right. Ground ball to short. Gregorius throws over to first. For the out. Easy pickings there for Yankees. Here's Ryan Goins. And that's going to be a ground ball to short again. Gregorius getting some action now. First time through the order, not too much trouble there for Evaldi. We'll see what happens next time through. But we're going to go to the 4th. It's 3-0. The Evil Empire, as Utah Mike likes to call them. On top, 2-11 for... And McCann gets the injury, but I'll tell you what. Well, let's roll it out and see what happens here. So, batter injury. Maybe we'll get lucky here. Well, we didn't need to roll everything. It's an 18. So what was McCann? 470. Maximum injuries 15. It's 10. Yeah. He's going to shake it off. He's already paid his penance. We already have a catcher that's on the DL right now for the Yankees. That's the way it's going to go. he's not getting injured as much as I would prefer it happening that way. Not to be mean to the Yankees or anything, but I don't think that's particularly fair. I'm trying to get the chat window up here because I saw something about agreed Al. Oh, that's where you said, yeah, hitting the refresh button stinks. Yeah, it does. So it's going to bring up Evaldi. He's going to try bunting. He is a C bunter. They're going to expect it, so it makes him a D. D sacrifice. With a 9, it might be a 1 and 2. Let's see. And it is, and he's going to go ahead be up there again to bunt. And a 10 is a bad, so it's going to get the lead runner. It'll be 3-6. No sacrifice awarded. Poor Evaldi. So Hicks. .110 fouls out. Tottoli, that's 2 outs. And Jacoby Ellsbury. Against a lefty, 6-3. Ballpark single. 9's on the singles. It's an 18. That'll be a line out to Travis, and that will end their half of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left. All right, well, let's see if Blue Jays can muster something here. Bottom of the 4th, top of the order. Hi to Cubs, to Bears. How you doing? Devin Travis. And a 3-3. That's going to be a ground ball to first. And Teixeira with 4 assists so far. That's more assists than he's had probably in his whole life. That's not true. He's had lots of assists, but Josh Donaldson against a right-hander strikes him out. Man, Evaldi, what's 476? Man, this guy pitches like he's the next great thing. Here's Bautista, and a strikeout for Bautista. So far so good for Evaldi and the Yankees. 3-0. And Estrada, he's got to be thinking to himself, what do I got to do to get a couple runs here to help me? Beltran, he's going to ground back to Estrada. 1 out. Gregorius, he is 1 for 1, and that's a 2-3. Ballpark single, 1-9 again. And he will get the single this time. 3-run lead. They're going to go ahead and try the hit and run again. It'd be a B hit and run because they're holding Gregorius. But it's a 1 on the D20, so that's nullified. We get that 1-6 roll for Estrada again for his wild pitch. It's 15, so again we re-roll. And a 5-8 off the pitcher's card. 5-8 strikes him out. That's going to be a, let's see, with a B. Yeah, it's a ground ball to first. Moves the runner up. Only play is just to run it to the bag himself, and that brings up Chase Headley. He is 1 for 1 with a double. A couple runs batted in. 1 run batted in, excuse me, and a 3-5, and he strikes out. So 4.5. Blue Jays struggling here. Of course, they've taken the first 2 in this series, so if they lost this one, it probably wouldn't seem too far off the norm. All right, so Encarnacion, he was the closest one to doing something. Against a righty, 4-7. One would be a single. The rest is a ground out. That's an 18, so that's going to be a ground out to Headley. One away, Troy Tulowitzki. Against a right-hander, 4-12. Ground ball to first. We've seen this game before. 2E5 for Teixeira. You need a 1 or 2 here, I think. You get a 4, so that's not going to get the job done. But now the rare play again, so it doesn't really make a difference. Oh, it is a G2. Let's see. G2 rare play. Lines a shot, deflects off the pitcher to the fielder who makes the play to first for the out. So we'll call it 1-3 then, as it goes straight to Teixeira off of Eovaldi. And so Jimmy Paredes now. And it's going to be a ground ball to second. Something seems cheap about this, but, well, we'll see what happens. A lot of grounders here. Of course, we're going to, by the 7th, we'll be able to get some guys off the bench at the very least. And, you know, this will be Estrada's last inning. This is his weakness inning anyway, the 6th. Top of the 6th, 3-0 Yankees. Mark Teixeira. 1-9 would be a single, but it's a 12. It'll be a line out. He's batting from the left side as a switch hitter, so that'll be a liner to Travis for the first at. Brian McCann, 0 for 1. Against the lefty, 5-9 strikes out. So that's 2 outs. Eovaldi, he ain't going nowhere. And he strikes out. So a lot of strikeouts here for Estrada, but that first inning really has put a damper on things. Let's see, how many strikeouts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not as many as I thought, but all right. All right, I gotta get one moment as I get the Toronto bullpen usage up in front of me here, so I know what's available. Osuna is actually unavailable this game. They pretty much have everybody else. They're getting Arnold Leone warming up. You think the chat's working now? I guess we'll find out, dude. Yeah. Let's see. I'll write test and see if it gives me the old, what do you call it? The old ixnay on the @J. Oh yeah, looks like it's in good shape. So tell all your friends to come back. No, it's working now. It's not giving the little unable to connect anymore, from what I can tell. So, all right. Well, we're going to the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Tolley, and then the pitcher spot. So Tolley first against a lefty. 4-7, a 1 would be a double. The rest would be a fly out to center. That's a 5, so you're not liked. I can't believe that, dude. But let's see. So they're going to have to go to their bench. And let's see. They're going to go with Darwin Barney here. So Estrada's coming out. pitched 6 innings. Pinch hitter in the 6th inning. Okay, so see if he stays in the game. Hi, Bob. Well, yeah, I've been using this in this particular. I've been compartmentalizing. I've been using this only for this particular project. So Barney against Evaldi, 1 out, bottom of the 6th, and it is a 6-7 against a right-hander. Ground ball to second. Starlin Castro, 3E14, 1 weak spot in the infield. And a 5. Uh-oh. Oh, boy, and they get away with it. 3 and a 5 is a G3. And a 7 on the E14 at second base. Makes the play. Ooh, boy, that was close. Yeah, they're going to leave Barney out, I think. It's 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Still 3-0 Yankees, and here's Ryan Goins with 2 outs. Against a lefty, 5-2. Ballpark home run. Against a righty, he's normal power. Goins gets a hold of it. Is it going to go? 1-12 would be a home run. And it is gone. Last number in home run range. Yes, that's not the last number. That is... How about that? Solo home run breaks up the perfect game bid for Evaldi and also breaks up the shutout. One run now for the Blue Jays. And it is gone. 3-1 Yankees, and Evaldi takes a trip around the mound to try and shake that one off. Here's Travis. Still 2 outs. And a 3-9, he strikes out. So, 1 run, 1 hit. Yeah, stock up. Yeah, you can print out all. I mean, you can find this. Actually, if you want it, just email me, tenaciousstrat@gmail.com. I'll email it to you. You can just print them till you're blue in the face, and then the chicks will all come at you. You know, I mean, it's. I mean, I have them. You know, I have to shake them off everywhere. It's pretty. Somewhere between sweet and almost hallucinogenic in a way. So they're going to go with Arnold Leone to pitch here. So that could be an interesting thing. And yeah, they'll just have him hitting the 8 spot. Darwin Barney sounds like a stock brokerage or something, you know. A stock brokerage for scientists. All right, so Leone, a righty against Aaron Hicks, a switch hitter. And he grounds it right back to Leone, and Leone has to think quick in order to get that and make the play. 1 out. Top of the 7th, 1 away. Here's Ellsbury, 3-1 Yankees. Against a lefty, 5-7. It's a ground ball, if you can see it here. Ground ball to second base, X. That's Devin Travis, 2E19. 2 and a 12. Getting her done. And an 11, that's not going to be a problem for... let's double check here. Yeah, that's fine. 2 outs. Beltran. And he's going to get a 2-out single. brings up Gregorius. And he's going to stay put at first. They are not holding him on at this point in the game. Against the lefty, 6-7, draws a walk. That brings up Starlin Castro, 2 on, 2 out. Against a righty, 5-6, and he strikes him out. Just to prove it to Utah Mike, that's a strikeout, 5-6. Just making sure. I don't know if he's still here or not, but I don't want him thinking I'm jipping the Yankees or anything. So, 7th inning stretch. I hope you all get a chance to stand up, stretch your legs, get out all the kinks, you know, belt. Either God Bless America or Take Me Out to the Ball Game, whichever you prefer, at the top of your lungs. I mean, I can wait here for a second if you want to step outside and do it into your neighborhood just to, like, kind of offend all of your neighbors and maybe even your family as they run out in horror wondering what has gotten into you. And what you would say is, well, you know, Stratomatic is what got into you, and you know, you just had to go and, you know, belt a chorus of it, you know. Preferably you'd use your operatic voice so that it was really embarrassing, you know. So when you're, although I guess Bob, you know, you can, what you can do is Bob, if you take the score sheets out with you to do it, that will enhance. I mean, not only will the score sheets draw in the chicks, the belting of the, you know, belting Take Me Out to the Ball Game in this, like, Pavarotti style, like, yowl will just, you know, it'll turn you into the next great thing on the block. So, all right, well, everybody should be back from doing that, and hopefully they've escaped any straitjackets that have been applied to them. Josh Donaldson, and that's a 4-7 against a righty. That one. All right, actually, at the end of this inning, I'm going to go through something real quick with you guys. I got to tell you about this that was on the Facebook page. There's a 1 needs a single. It's a 6. Can be ground ball to third. So, and no offense to who this happened to, but I got to get... So, Jose Bautista playing center. And he draws a walk, so that's good. Misses that injury roll, which is also good, at least for the Blue Jays. And it's going to bring up Edwin Encarnacion. They'd love that 2-8 right now, wouldn't they? But it is. It would have been a single, except it's a 2 on the D20, and the 2 here means we check for balk, and Evaldi doesn't have a balk rating, so we have to re-roll. .69 against a right-hander, and that's a double for Encarnacion. So let's see, with 1 out, and that's going to go to center. Ellsbury is 0 arm, Bautista 11, and they would be holding him on, so that makes it him a 10. They're going to hold him up and see if Tulowitzki can drive him and Encarnacion both in at the same time. So 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Well, I hope you're only excited in the way of just your spirit has been lifted and no other things have been lifted. So Tulowitzki, that's a 111, and he is hit by pitch, and there's an injury, and the injury bug is hitting the Blue Jays. TMI, that you got that right. All right, so Tulowitzki, so he's up above 500, but he doesn't get to 600, so he's got a 15-game injury limit what they're hoping is that he rolls something low here. Oh, you know what? Now I remember. I was rolling this at the same time, and I was doing a 1-2 means he comes out. Oh, now I can't remember if it's 1-2 comes out immediately. I think 1-2 he stayed in. 3 or 4 he came out at the manager's discretion, and then 5, 6 he. I'm gonna have to look it up. Well, anyway, that's why I should write these stupid things down. You know, it's a shame when, but it's a 14. So, and that's a 4-game injury. That's not terrible, but man, it's just piling up here for the Blue Jays. So Troy Tulowitzki. 4-game injury. So if he had 600, double check this, because he had 492 plus, yeah, so he doesn't have enough. Well, they're after the this is the 7th, so what we can do is we can bring in Carrera. Right, I assume that Goins plays some short. Yes, he does. So we're gonna have to bring in Carrera, who's a 1-14, and then he's gonna come in and play center. We're gonna move Bautista over and all that good stuff. So Tulowitzki has to come out. I think the 5 meant that he had to come out immediately. All right, so the bases are loaded. Eovaldi. Now that did not hit his. That did not hit his, because the hit by pitch doesn't count. It's only walks and hits. Now I got to look at the Yankees bullpen usage. I forget what they've been doing. So it was Mully and Koch pitched last game, as well as Betances. He's unavailable, so Miller's going to have to be the closer. And they're going to get Nick Goody ready to go in case another hit comes up. So with 1 out, bases are loaded. They're going to play with the infield back looking for 2. Jimmy Paredes going to face Eovaldi. Against a lefty, 4-2. Ground ball to second base. That is just what the doctor ordered for the Yankees. 4-6-3, inning-ending double play. And that rally goes by the wayside. And fans of the quote-unquote evil empire are going to be happy about that. So Carrera is going to move to center field in the 8th. And he's not so great in center field, but he's a little better than Bautista. E2. Bautista's going to go to right field in the 8th, and he is a 4 everything except this is down 1. And Goins is going to move to shortstop. And he's pretty good at shortstop, actually. 2E10. Actually, a little bit better at shortstop than Tulowitzki. So, all right. Your commercial break as we do all sorts of manipulations here. But I mean, that's one of the things I love about doing things like this is, you know, having to cobble together a lineup or, you know, Did I think I did that wrong, didn't I? I'll tell you what it is, Manny. It is AndrewClem.com. Andrew, C-L-E-M. And I think I just messed something up here. I think I messed it up, dudes. What inning is it? It's the 7th. And I think I messed it up because if this is the way that they were, that's not 4-2. That's 1-5. Did I mess this up, guys? Did anybody see this? Did anybody see that? Is that 1-5 or is that 4-2? Like, I called it 4-2. Was that always 1-5? Because, I mean, if that's 1-5, I mean, Paredes has a chance to crank it, and that's going to change the ball game. So, Jiminy Christmas. I don't think I touched those dice since I've been there. I rolled it out, declared it, and then did all the changes, and never touched the dice at once. I think that was 1-5. Well, anybody who's watching who's a Yankees fan is not going to admit it, probably. Because it's going to tie the ball game, because it's a double regardless. Yeah, I think it is, and I'm going to go back and look, and if it's not, then I'm going to feel horrible. But I think it's what's showing, and because I don't recall touching them since that roll, and so I hate doing this because I feel like because I'm not certain about it, but I'm also. It also makes sense because I said 4-2, and it's 4-2 if you look at them that way, but I don't know why I would have called it 4-2 when the white one is a 1. So I'm going to trust that it was the way it is, and New York can play the game under protest. I really don't care. And it's a 20. It's going to be a double for Paredes. And it's going to score Bautista, and it's going to score Encarnacion. And Girardi or whoever can get himself ejected. And it's going to be Carrera, so he's flying. They're going to send him for sure. Blue Jays might actually take the lead here. There's going to be some major league upsetness here. What a word, eh? There'll be some major league gnashing of teeth. Because this is screwing the Yankees in a way, but I think this is the right move. I think I would have been screwing the Blue Jays the other way. So Paredes gets a double, and Carrera 14 with 2 outs. Actually, no, with 1 out, so he doesn't get that benefit. But he wouldn't have been held on. Makes him 1-15. Wait, there's still 1 out. They're going to hold him. So it's 3-3. And that's going to be it for Eovaldi. Yeah, I mean, I would be, except I don't want to have my... I don't want to ruin my dang simulation here. And I've already kind of... So Nick Goody's going to come in. And Nick Goody is in the... So anybody who wants to protest can email or tweet at Tabletop Baseball and send them all to... Send it to him. I don't need the hate mail. I'm not trying to do this to do it to anybody. Evaldi went 6 1/3. So, and actually what kind of messes this up is that now it's going to hit the pitcher spot, and they went with Leon, and they're going to have to bring in somebody else. I was hoping to get an extra inning out of him. So, all right, runner at second, 1 away. A whole second and third. They're going to play the infield in here. Why do I have Chase Headley up? I guess it's because I had already grabbed the Yankees cards. So, Tolley. Again, they're playing the infield in. They're going to go ahead and pitch to him. 3-9. Fly ball to right, B. Question mark. So, they're definitely going to send Carrera on this. Right fielder is Beltran, a -1 arm. Carrera, a 14. You add 2 and then subtract 1 for the arm. So 1 to 15 chance he gets home. And he does just barely get in under the tag. And Paredes is going to hold up at second there. 4-3 Blue Jays. I just feel like this game is somewhat tarnished at this point. And well, so, and the other thing to mention here is that they do not have, they're going to get Biagini up and working now because they have to pinch hit for Leon. They don't have Osuna, so they're going to have to go with Drew Storen as their closer here. And so with 2 outs, runner at second, they can bring in a pinch hitter. And it's going to be Justin Smoke. We still have two and a third innings here left to go. So, man, we're going to be here a while. What time is it? 8:30. My family's going to get home before I'm done this game. I can't believe it. Justin Smoke against Goody. 1-7. And he strikes out. So, after all of that, I think we have the right result here. And there's going to be some Yankees fans upset. Although I think there's really only one who I've had come in here a lot, and that's Utah Mike. I think he's going to understand. I think he's going to see what happened and probably say, you know what, that stinks, but that was the right move. And if it's not the right move, when I go back and watch this, and if it's not the right move, I'm going to feel absolutely horrible about it. So, Biagini's going to come in and try to work the 8th, bridge over to Storen. Maybe someday I will have all of these injury ratings fixed. Oh, guess what? This just keeps going on, dude. We don't stop. So, don't worry. My last league went from June and finished up right about the start of the next season. So, don't worry. We will be around. Unless we're paid better to do something else. Chase Headley against a lefty, 6'2". Fly ball to center, and that'll be caught by Carrera. Again, we had the changes. Okay. Well, there's some reality there from the Cubs to Bears. So, Mark Teixeira. That's a fly ball to right field, and that'll be caught. So 2 down. And yeah, I tend to think that the Yankees are not going to get a whole lot. That's a ground ball to short. Get a whole lot of sympathy from most people, since they have been, they've got, I mean, they'll tell you how many rings they have. So, you have money on it? Sweet, me too. I bet my wife $300 that I would finish by the time she got home. So, I guess what's not happening. No, just kidding. So, Betances is not available. They're going to go with Phil Koch. Yeah, so we did... So Koch will come in for the lefty Goins, and maybe we'll keep going here. So Goins, here we go. And I got to re-roll this guy. 3-8 against the lefty. It's a ground ball to second. 1 down. Devin Travis. And he's going to pop it out short. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what Larry said. It's just, we take a lot of pride in being accurate, and if I mess something up and people point it out, I've taken umbrage in people pointing out. I want someone pointing out an error that immense. I mean, it's like ground ball to third base X. I mean, because that changes the ball game completely. I mean, that was almost a home run. So it's Headley. He is a 2E12. And let's see, a 16 on the E12. It's an E2. So a 12 and a 16 is a 2-base error. So that was a 2 and a 14 is a G1, E2. So he just throws it into the stands. So that's an E5. And with 2 outs, Donaldson reaches second. He's going to bring up Joey Bats. It's a 2-8. Well, that's leaning. Let's roll it up here just to be sure. 2-8 strikes him out. All right, we're going to go to the 9th, and 4-3, Blue Jays ahead, and they're going to call on Drew Storen here. He has a 2 rating as a closer, and this is a closer situation for certain. So he'll get the first 2 outs, and then a single or walk after that will turn him... will make him tired. So, and Storen, I believe he is with Seattle at the end of the season. Yes, he is a 6'11". And so here we go. It's going to be a pinch hitter for Evaldi. And let's see. Going up against a righty, who do you want? Well, you're going to want some kind of a lefty. They're going to use Ben Gamble here. He's got a pretty good card. It's a very short card. As far as what I mean by short is short number of plate appearances. So it's not particularly accurate, but we need to use him up. So this may be throwing the Yankees a bone a bit here, because if you can see, he has a pretty nice 3-column. You know, he's got some strikeouts there in the 7s, so it's not the best. But again, with Storen up there, he's got a weakness against lefties. So, and let's see, Gamble is normal power against righties. So here we go. Storen trying to get the save, 4-3 Blue Jays, and it is a 1-4, and that'll be a ground ball to short, and that will be the first out as Ryan Goins throws over to first. I didn't need to roll the D20, by the way, because nobody was on base. So that's going to bring up Aaron Hicks. They also have Dustin Ackley, Rob Refsnyder, and A-Rod, and Ronald Torreyes. So altogether, not a stellar. They don't have a lot of stellar numbers against righties. They're going to stick with Hicks here. If he gets a 1-7, that would be a walk. It's a 2-6, and he's going to strike out. So that's the 2 outs that Storen gets. Now, any single or walk will turn him into tired. So it's going to bring up Ellsbury. So the 2 hitter. So you've got him right ahead of some big guns. So Storen would want to get Ellsbury out if he can. 2 outs. It's a 1-8. 1-3 would tie the ball game. The rest would be a fly ball to left. Is he going to tie it up here? Wouldn't that be something? Is it going to get out? Oh, it might. That is a robber chance. That is the high range of the caught. So that means it's the center fielder, and the center fielder is Carrera, who is a 4 range. It means a 1-15 is a home run, 16-20 is a fly out. My goodness. 1-15 will be a home run, and the ball game will be tied. A fly out would be 16-20. The game would be over. Here we go. What's going to happen? And it's gone. Ellsbury with the game-tying home run. And the fans here at Rogers Center are livid that Storen gives up the bomb to Jacoby Ellsbury. And Storen now is tired. And it's going to bring up Carlos Beltran. 2 outs, nobody on. Blown save for Storen. And against a lefty, 4-8. 1-6 single. And it's a 5. That's a single. And it's going to bring up Gregorius. 2-10, and that's a ground ball to short, which will end the inning. We'll go 6-4 here, fielder's choice. So, yeah, that's that. Storen with the Storen needs a binky. Yeah, so they pinch hit. That means that they're going to have to go to their bullpen. They don't have Betances available. If he did go, he would be tired. So they're going to go with well, seeing that this could end up being an extra inning game, they're going to go with Sessa. And they're going to do a double switch here. For Beltran, they're going to bring in Refsnyder. And so Sessa, what am I doing? I don't want to put that here. I'm going to put it up here. So Sessa, and he is 6'12". David Wells, yeah, well. All right, so Ref Snyder comes in and will hit. Oh, you know what? We could have left Gamble in, I guess, in theory. You know what? That's what we're going to do. Never mind. I'm changing my mind. I'm allowed to do that, right? There's no sense in bringing Gamble out there. So he can stay in right field. So right fielder, he is a 2-1 E3 14. So he's going to stay in the ball game. There we go. All right, that's better. They get a run. It's 4-4, and Sessa's on the mound to try and get them to extras and see what happens after that. Edwin Encarnacion against Sessa. 3-11, ground ball to short. That'll be the first out. Ezekiel Carrera, first at bat for him, coming into the ball game. Against the lefty, 4-12. That would be a single on the 1-13, but it's going to be an 18. Line out to second, 2 outs. Jimmy Paredes. And he strikes out. So he was a hero for a brief period, but we're going to go to extras, and my family is going to be home soon, which is going to make it a little awkward because I'm going to be playing this, but that's okay. And the Blue Jays don't have a long option in the bullpen, so they're going to go with Ryan Tepera here. We're going to inning by inning it. Storin with the blown save, so let's bring up Starlin Castro against Tepera. Against a righty, 4-5. That's a single. Tepera's got a pretty rough card here. Chase Headley. 3-4. That's a ground ball to second, and that's going to be a double play ball. 2 outs. Mark Teixeira. That's a 3-8. Pops out to first, and that will be it for the Yankees in the top of the 10th. And we'll go to the bottom. And Sessa will be back out for a second inning. He'll go up to 3 here. And it's going to be Josh Tolley leading off. They could bring in Russell Martin, but they're going to stick with Tolley. 6-8 against a lefty. Strikes him out. And the pitcher spot, I forgot to put that in there, so they'll go with Matt Dominguez here. So Getting a little short on the bench. All they have is Russell Martin left there. So with one out, it's Matt Dominguez. Against a righty, 5-3. Fly ball to left field. That's Aaron Hicks, 2-2. And he will make the play for the second out. And I'll bring up Ryan Goins. And that's going to be a fly ball to right, and we're going to go to the 11th. So I'm going to have to stop putting things in the box score there for now until we're finished off. And Tepera is going to go a second inning. He faced the minimum batter, so we'll let him go another one. And that's going to bring Brian McCann to lead off against the lefty. 6-3 fly ball to left field X. That's Paredes. Fly ball to left field X. He's a 5-6. 5 and a 5 is going to be a double, I believe. Yeah, it's a double. And what is his error rating? An E6 and a 13. No error. But for Brian McCann, a double to lead it off here. It's going to bring up Ben Gamel, or Gamel, whatever you want to say. He's a pretty decent bunter. I think we probably should try moving him over to third. So here we go. We're going to try bunting with Gamel, even though he's got a pretty decent card there in this 3 column. They're not expecting it, so it's going to be a B. B3. And either B or C3 is just a sacrifice. So it's going to be to the third baseman, 5-4 sack, and the runner moves up. And that's going to bring up Aaron Hicks with 1 out against Tepera. 6-8, batting from the left side. 6-8, fly ball to left field B without a question mark. That will be a sacrifice fly. Let me double check. 8. Fly ball to left. That will score the run, and it's now 5-4 Yankees on top. Second out of the inning, Jacoby Ellsbury now at the plate with nobody on and 2 outs. But that's the go-ahead run for the Yanks, and a 1-7 is a fly ball to center. And even if they had not gotten that home, with a runner on third and 2 outs, that would have been a single 2-star for Ellsbury and would have scored the run. So they were going to get that either way off Tepera. So I'm going to hold off putting that 1 run because we got the Blue Jays coming up. And they're going to bring in Miller now, try to close this down. Just make sure. I think it was Betances and Miller was going to be fine. Yeah, Miller hasn't pitched in a couple days, so Andrew Miller going to come in here and try to get the save. Where are you? He's on Cleveland. He's doesn't have an injury rating. Sessa goes 2 innings. And here we go, top of the order. You got some power coming up here for the Blue Jays. And it's power against power. Devin Travis. Let's see. And all they have is Russell Martin on the bench. They don't really have any lefties to try to go after Miller's. Miller is slightly worse against the lefties. But here's Devin Travis. We need to look at the left-hand side of the card. 1-4. Oh, my goodness. He puts a big charge into this one. Can it get out of the park? No, it does not, but that's a leadoff double here in the 11th, and that's going to bring the crowd to their feet as it's going to bring up Josh Donaldson against Miller. Here we go. Runner at second. Tying run at second. Nobody out. They are definitely not bunting here. And a 2-11. Oh my goodness, 1-13 would win it. This one is long. It was an 11. I swear it was a 5. My finger hit it. It is long, and it is gone. 2-run home run for Josh Donaldson, and this ball game is over. The Toronto Blue Jays give up the lead in the top of the 11th, and then they win it on a 2-run blast from Josh Donaldson off of Andrew Miller. And this ball game is a back-and-forth affair, and the home team comes through, sweeps the series, and does it against one of the best pitchers that they're ever going to face, and that's Andrew Miller. But he comes with a fastball, and Donaldson just knew it was coming and turned on it and took it. That is it. Might as well draw the line and say see you later, guys. That's a 1 and a 2, and it is a 6 and a 5 for all you keeping score at home. And that was something else. And we had that business here. I'm going to have to check this. If I can easily adjust it if I need to. But I don't think I'm going to have to, because I'm pretty sure I was right. Manny's happy about that, and I'm just happy that it was a fun game. We had some suspense. I'm glad it's over before my family gets home too, but oh my goodness, I saw that 2 and 11, and I'm like that's got to be a ballpark home run check. And sure enough, yeah, I guess my rooting tendencies are probably going to come through in those situations a little bit. But I mean, I was genuinely fine with the Yankees getting that run in the top. I mean, they probably deserved a game in this series, and it just didn't work out that way. But anytime you can get some drama like that is, and I think I just put Marco Estrada in with, make sure, yeah, okay, good. So, because you don't always get those. A lot of games you get are blowouts, and that was a heck of a lot of fun. So, all right, let me turn it around here. So, thanks for hanging in there, everybody who hung in there. It got a little choppy there at one point because of this deal with the, I hate to have that happen, but we're all human, and mistakes are going to happen. And, I don't like having that come up for anybody who's watching who happens to be a fan of one of the teams. It seems pretty rotten. I mean, granted, I would hope that anybody who's watching this game who sees that one team is, that they had gotten a bad call go their way. Granted, it's, sure, I'm sure that if it's in real life, it makes a difference, but, I don't want anybody leaving this channel feeling like, he doesn't like my team. It's not exactly that is the case. I mean, I'm definitely not a Yankee fan, but I'm definitely here to try and get the right results. So, I'm going to upload this and then see if I was correct in making that change, and if I am, that's going to make me take a sigh of relief a little bit, because I just don't want to mess up my simulation, and then I'm just going to reflect on what was an excellent game, as Larry mentions in the comments here. A lot of fun. Tulowitzki out 4 games. I've got to write that down here in my book, but so they're going to have to make some. I think they're going to have to leave Dominguez. They get Pilar back. They're going to have to make a change. Maybe Paredes will go down. but they still have Saunders out. So I'll just have to see how that all works out. But all right, thanks for watching, everybody. Great game. Someone's got to lose, and unfortunately this time it was the Yankees. So what are you supposed to do now? Get out your game and play. That's one thing you could do. That'd be pretty awesome. That's if I didn't have some paperwork here to do as far as like so just to show anybody who hasn't seen this, so I've got this kind of stuff for all of the teams. Whoa, I'm gonna lose my phone here. So this is what I do after each game. So this is the Toronto's pitching chart. I might as well zoom it in. Here we go. So it was Estrada. He pitched on the 11th, and he went 6 innings. So I find Estrada on the 11th, and I put a 6 and a thing here, and I go out 4 days to give him 4 days rest and put that. Yeah, I know. I knew you were kidding. So actually, my family's home, but this is what I do, and then I try and just make sure that I don't overuse somebody or whatever. So, all right, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good game, and God bless, and Strat on.